Manuel Herrera never thought he'd live to see the day, a decorated veteran visiting the nation's capital for a memorial in his honor. But what makes this story even more special is that Manuel was able to experience this once-in-a-lifetime trip with his two sons and grandson, who are also veterans.
Hey, here they come!
It's a greeting fit for a hero.
Thank you for your service.
When Manuel and his family landed at the Baltimore-Washington International Airport, they weren't expecting to see a crowd full of strangers welcoming them with open arms. But this parade of cheers didn't always exist. Manuel remembers coming home from war to a dark and empty airport.
Hey, they gave so much. Particularly World War II, they were a bunch of 18, 19, 20-year-old kids, saved the world. You know, and unfortunately, approximately 98% of them never got greeted when they came home. This is our greeting 70 years later.
Establishing an honor flight here in the Permian Basin gives our aging veterans the greeting they deserve.
That's my dad, Herrera, my hero.
Included is a tour of the war memorials in our nation's capital, dedicated to soldiers who served and made the ultimate sacrifice. Manuel, his sons Ruben and Eliseo, both veterans who served in the Vietnam War, his grandson Jimmy Ben, who served in the Desert Storm, and one of his many granddaughters, Tammy Herrera's first stop was the World War II Veterans Memorial. For Manuel, each monument brought back memories from when he was called on to serve and fight for our freedom. At 26 years old, Manuel was drafted by the United States Army and served from 1941 to 1945. The 100-year-old veteran remembers where he was on one of the Pacific Islands in the Philippines when the U.S. dropped the bomb on Japan. But it was a victory Manuel found difficult to celebrate.
My brother was killed in Luzon, Philippines. Terrible, terrible.
Manuel lost his older brother John in 1943.
Today the guns are silent. A great tragedy has ended. A great victory has been won. The skies no longer ring death.
It's sad, but it's our part of our history. And knowing that one of them stars is blood, it's our family. I never did get to know my uncle. I'm just glad my dad ain't up there right now.
From the Lincoln Memorial to the Korean War and Marine Corps memorials, Herrera and his family just about saw it all and were stopped several dozen times along the way.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
You're not 100. He's 80 if he's a day. How are you doing, mi amigo?
The respect that Manuel and his family received warmed their hearts as well as those with the Permian Basin Honor Flight.
People from all generations and frankly from all the different countries are stopping them, thanking them for what they did, shaking their hands, and I've never seen more hugs given to these senior citizens in my life than what we're getting here. Many, many of them from the countries that we helped liberate from oppression.
We're gonna go find Ben's name.
Yeah.
Ben Herrera was the third of Manuel's 14 children and the first to follow in his father's footsteps of becoming a soldier.
Oh, the Ben was oh gosh, he was my right arm. He was a smart kid.
Sometime in December of 1967, Ben was drafted to the Army just as his father was. But 8 months later, Manuel and his family were given heartbreaking news.
He got sent to Vietnam in June, and he was killed in action August 10th, 1968. It was a sniper fire. They were on patrol, and they was asked to have a person appointed as a point man, and the person that was to be appointed decided he didn't want to do it, so my brother said that he would do it.
Ben took only but a few steps before he was shot and killed at the age of 20. The family saw Ben's name on the memorial wall together for the first time.
I'm a son.
Ben was the inspiration for his younger brother Ruben, who joined the Marine Corps. Ruben was just weeks away from graduating boot camp when he was given the news of Ben's death.
I try to get there in time to pull him back, get him out of Vietnam, and let me go in because he was married and I wasn't. And I didn't make it in time.
Seeing his older brother honored on the wall soothed 40-year-old wounds.
There's no doubt about it. Permian Basin Honor Flight is the reason we made it. You know. And I owe everything to the flight. Honor Flight is awesome. Awesome.
The heartache, tears, and happiness brought the Herreras closer.
How can you not be touched by that? We have, 3 or 4 generations that are standing there, all of which have served. I mean, you cannot ask for a better representation of a family giving to this country than the Herreras.
Just the things that we've been able to share these past 3 days has been remarkable. I mean, I've learned so many different things about him, but it's like these last 3 days, like I said, we've learned more about different things about one another.
And you just see this unspoken bond between all of the veterans, and it's very touching. It really gives you a whole new outlook, and you just feel really honored to be in their presence.
I feel proud of every one of them. I had a wonderful, wonderful family.
It was truly an honor to capture so many memories that the Herrera family shared together. Now we have much more footage from this trip and actually have a supplementary piece on the Herrera family's journey in Washington, D.C. We'll have that video up on our website at CBS7.com tomorrow night. Reporting for CBS 7 News, I'm Deanne Lopez.